How's it going, folks? So I had a band reach out to me and ask if I would check out their latest song, single that was released. The name of this band is Fionn Legacy, and the name of the song is Majestic Return. And y'all know when a band reaches out to me, of course, I'm just like, absolutely, I will definitely check that out. They actually had Act 1 of their new album. It released yesterday, I believe. And then Act 2 releases December 18th, if I'm not mistaken. Kind of cool how they're splitting that up into the two acts. So as far as album consideration goes, I'm going to wait until Act 2 is released. And so even though Act 1 is released November, I won't include the album itself until next month in December. Just the way that I kind of want to do it. So, but anywho, here's our first taste of what to expect. And then we can dive right into Act 1 that, released yesterday. So let's see what we got, shall we? Rangers, go. I definitely really like the vibe of the song, the kind of epic scope and grand magical sort of styling of the song. I really enjoy that. The music was pretty solid. You know, it had nice grand moments with the like orchestral sounds, the symphonic elements, and things like that. The guitar work was solid too. I really liked that whole like guitar solo section where it was kind of showing all the different singers involved in the project and all that. I really enjoyed. The one thing I will say is the lyrics, and I think the vocal melody needs a little work. I like the vocals, but I feel like the way that the lyrics and the lyrical melody was styled, it kind of constrained the vocalist a little bit. You know, it made it difficult for the vocals to really just flourish because there was moments where the words were really smushed in within like the melody of the music and all that stuff, and almost like too many words, or some just kind of dragged out like conveniently to just fit. I mean, of course, words get drawn out or get manipulated in certain aspects with the delivery of the vocals to kind of fit in with the melody and all that, but it just didn't feel natural here, and so it just didn't allow the vocals to really soar, and it also just made it a little bit jarring in spots, I would say, where it just didn't sound right. Not the vocals themselves, just the vocal melody itself. It just didn't quite sound right. Didn't quite jive with the music, and it took you out of it a little bit. So, I never know sometimes whether like the music was written first or like the lyrics, but in this case, the two just didn't quite mix as well as I would have liked. It really felt like the words, like the two were written separately, like the music and then the lyrics, and then the lyrics were kind of inserted into the music and tried to make it fit without too much like editing, like too much. What's the word I'm looking for here? Just reevaluation of the lyrics and maybe changing them a bit to make it just feel more smooth and natural in fitting with the music. And then there were certain lyrics too that I wasn't quite sure. And then it just, I wasn't 100% sure what was going on a lot of times because it just felt a little choppy the way the lyrics were delivered and the way that the lyrics were just written. So I kind of had a hard time. There's a couple spots too where I really didn't know what was going on. There was one word that was used where typically you need something to follow that word. Like it's not the end of a thought, but in the context of the song and in the lyrics, there was a line delivered and it ended with that word, and then the next line just kind of picked up something else, and I was like, it just kind of left you wondering what it just grammatically and all that stuff, and even thought wise, it just didn't quite make sense the way that it was. I wish I could remember the word I was trying to during the song, but so that's really like my biggest critique is just the lyrics and the lyrical melody just didn't quite vibe with the song. It just was a bit choppy. Some lines didn't quite fully make sense, and then so as a whole, it was difficult to follow, and it was difficult to get fully engrossed in the song just because of the lyrical melody, the nature of it just was a little jarring and just not smooth along with the music. But I really enjoyed the music. The drum work was solid. I liked the guitar work quite a bit, and those symphonic elements. There's a lot of elements here that really made like a nice grand epic song, and it's meant to be like an epic journey of a song, and I could feel those vibes, but I couldn't fully just get engrossed by them because of the aforementioned critique and all that good stuff. And I really want to like this song more because, again, there's a lot of elements here that I really like. But at the end of the day, it was just really tough for me to get 100% on board. But there's certainly enough here to where I'm excited to check out Act 1 and then Act 2 when it drops, because as I said before, it's a lot of elements here that I really like, a lot of potential. The vocals were solid. I'm curious to hear some of the other vocalists and just hear the other songs and how they are. And I'm always down for a grand power metal journey. And one thing that was interesting I found is that they said in a planet called Earth or what have you. And I feel like typically these magical tales take place elsewhere, not particularly on Earth itself. So I thought that was kind of interesting, and I'd be curious to read up on, the lore of this a bit more, or just listen to the whole act, the whole album, and really get a sense of what's going on, because I'm intrigued, by certain aspects. So that's my thoughts on that. That's Fionn Legacy. And like I said, Act 1 dropped yesterday, from my understanding, and Act 2 drops December 18th. So looking forward to that. Let me know in the comments down below. Are you going to go check this out? Or are you going to check out Act 1 and then Act 2 when it drops? What are your thoughts on this song itself? Let's talk about it all in the comments below, and I'll catch you all next time. Ranger, out.